Paysafe is a fintech company that owns the popular online gaming payment platforms Skrill and NetTeller. It's in the process of merging with the SPAC called Foley Trasimene, ticker BFT. The business combination is expected to be completed in the first half of 2021. In this video, I'm first going to give a high-level overview of Paysafe. Second, I'm going to go over my bull case for the stock. Third, I'm going to go over my bear case. Then I'm going to go over whether or not I plan to invest. All this right after. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Learn to invest like a wolf at your own risk. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, Wolves of Investing. My name is Donnie Nguyen and I'm the founder of Wolves of Investing. If you're new, my channel is primarily about investing in the stock market. If you want to learn how to achieve financial freedom through investing, be sure to click on that subscribe button and notification bell if you haven't yet. And please be sure to drop a like on this video if you enjoy it, as it truly helps out the channel. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Paysafe is an e-commerce payments and fintech company that operates in the same space as PayPal and Square. 75% of their revenues come from e-commerce and integration processing. They have a long history as the global market leader in iGaming payments processing. Its take rate of 1.5% is nearly double the industry average. Take rate is the amount of revenues they keep from their transaction volume. From this slide, you can see that 29% of their revenues come from digital wallets, 21% comes from eCash, 50% comes from integrated processing with over 250,000 merchants and over 150 independent software vendor integrations. Because e-commerce and integrated processing represents the bulk of their revenues, let's talk about that first. Paysafe offers an online payment solution for businesses such as online shopping carts, e-commerce checkouts, and hosted payment pages. As you can imagine, this is a highly competitive market, and businesses have many options to choose from, including Shopify, PayPal, and Square. They also offer point of sales products. They are the #4 independent merchant acquirer in the US and the leading Clover Smart point of sales reseller, which makes them a competitor to Square's point of sales products. Paysafe also operates its digital wallets, which are popular with sophisticated gamers. You may be familiar with digital wallets such as PayPal's Venmo and Square's Cash App. Paysafe's digital wallets, such as Skrill, has a focus on the iGaming industry. Let's say your bank doesn't allow you to deposit money on an online gaming site, but they do allow you to deposit to your Skrill digital wallet. So you can use your digital wallet to store your gaming funds, and then when you want to cash out, you can withdraw to your bank. This, as you can imagine, has different regulations around the world. So Paysafe aims to be compliant and up to date with all of the different regulations, and they've been in this business for 20 years. Gamers can also use Paysafe's digital wallets to transfer money internationally and from peer to peer. I've never used Skrill, but from what I understand, their digital wallet is very popular in online gaming. And finally, we have their eCash solution. This is where a customer can bring cash to one of Paysafe's 650,000 distribution points. The customer can give the merchant cash for a card they can use to make for online purchases, such as for online gaming. Paysafe is #2 in global stored value in digital wallets, #1 in the iGaming eCash network, and as I mentioned earlier, the #4 independent merchant acquirer in the US. They have relationships with DraftKings, Fortnite, Roblox, Twitch, and Spotify, just to name a few. And they had 27% CAGR between 2017, when they were taken private, to 2019. From $864 million in revenue in 2017 to $1.4 billion in 2019. After the business combination is completed in the first half of 2021, so anytime between now and the end of June, the ticker symbol on the New York Stock Exchange will change from BFT to PSFE. For those of you who are new to SPACs, there's always a chance that the merger doesn't get completed. In my experience this year, I've seen about 95% or more get completed. The only one that I saw that didn't go through was due to the 2020 global health situation that we're in. And if you purchase one share of BFT, you will get one share of PSFE when the merger is completed. This slide shows an overview of the transaction. It's not listed here, but there are 719.5 million shares outstanding, which I get from dividing the pro forma equity value by $10 per share. Including debt, their enterprise value at $10 per share would be $9 billion. But I primarily focus on equity value, which should represent the market cap. At Friday's close of $14 per share, the pro forma implied market cap is $10.1 billion. I wanted to take a look at some of the numbers and compare Paysafe with PayPal and Square. My friend Chad over at Smart Invest YouTube channel did his own comparison of Paysafe to Square with several more metrics. I highly recommend you check out his video, and I left a link in the video description. So here is my comparison of Paysafe versus PayPal. Paysafe's implied market cap is $10.1 billion, whereas PayPal's is $250 billion. That gives a ratio of 1 to 24.8. Paysafe's 2020 estimated revenue is $1.4 billion versus PayPal's $18.3 billion in the last 12 months. This gives a ratio of 1 to 13. So from a revenues perspective, I would say Paysafe is undervalued. Total payment volume for Paysafe was $103 billion in the last 12 months versus PayPal's $712 billion in 2019. That gives a ratio of 1 to 6.9. So Paysafe is undervalued from a TPV perspective. And I understand that PayPal's TPV in 2020 is higher than 2019, but not high enough to bring the ratio close to the market cap ratio. Paysafe has 250,000 number of merchants versus 22 million for PayPal, which gives a ratio of 1 to 88. So Paysafe is overvalued from a number of merchants perspective. And then I did the same thing with Paysafe versus Square. And this table shows what I've found. Paysafe's price to sales ratio is also much lower than that of PayPal and Square. So from a numbers perspective, one could say that Paysafe is potentially undervalued. But of course, the stock market doesn't value companies based purely on numbers. The stock market takes into account market dominance and future growth potential, which can't always be interpreted by the current figures. When we look at 2020 revenue growth, we can clearly see how dominant PayPal and Square are compared with Paysafe. Paysafe revenues decreased 1% during the global health crisis, whereas PayPal and Square had incredible growth. So what is my bull case for Paysafe? First, I think that the addition of Bill Foley as chairman of the board is a huge potential catalyst. He's the chairman of Fidelity National Title Group. And if you've ever purchased a home or refinanced, there's a good chance you've used one of its title companies. I personally have used Chicago Title, Ticor, and Fidelity National. And Bill Foley has a proven track record of increasing shareholder value in the financial industry. Second, Paysafe has a dominant position in the iGaming market, which could be a huge differentiator from PayPal and Square. Not only do they handle payments, but they also have a product called Income Access, which is an affiliate marketing product focused on iGaming. This is a great strategy for building relationships with the online gaming companies and then cross-selling their payments products. If the US grows its iGaming footprint, this could really be a huge growth opportunity. Third, Bitcoin could be a huge growth catalyst for Paysafe. They already have Bitcoin payment processing capabilities. And like I said in a previous video, which I'll leave a link to in the video description, I am very bullish on Bitcoin. And companies like PayPal, Square, and Paysafe will all benefit from a Bitcoin boom. Fourth, once the global health crisis ends, they could be able to get back to 27% CAGR that they achieved from 2017 to 2019. If the bull case works out and they grow their revenues from $1.4 billion to $1.9 billion in 2023, as they're projecting in their investor presentation, I think they could fetch a 10x price to sales multiple, which is still below that of PayPal and Square. That would give a market cap of $19 billion and a stock price of around $27. That would be a 93% return on investment from Friday's closing price and an annualized return of 24% per year. This would be an incredible 3-year return compared to the historical annualized return of around 9.5% for the S&P 500 after dividends. This projection only represents an 11% CAGR, which I believe is actually being very modest, given that they were growing at 27% CAGR from 2017 to 2019. If they actually achieve 27% CAGR, that would mean a market cap of $28.5 billion and a stock price of $40. Keep in mind that this is my long-term bull case scenario. I have no thesis on where the stock could go in the next few days, weeks, or months. We are in an extremely bullish market right now, so there's always a chance that this stock can get pumped up in the short term, like many other hype stocks have recently. So what is my bear case? The main bear case is that they are competing with some big players in PayPal and Square. Another bear case is if the US iGaming market doesn't expand as they believe it will. In the bear case, I think that the stock price would probably stay stagnant or fall over the next 3 years. Do I plan to invest in Paysafe? At this time, I don't plan to invest, but I will be keeping Paysafe on my watch list. I already own Square, PayPal, and Stone & Co. in my portfolio, and they've all done very well for me over the past 3 years. As I follow Paysafe on future earnings reports and press releases, I'm going to be watching to see if they can achieve their growth objectives. I'm also going to be watching for ways that they plan to innovate and integrate their solutions. For example, one thing that I think that would be really cool that I haven't heard anyone else mention is that if they can somehow integrate Paysafe with the title companies that Bill Foley is associated with. That would immediately expand their footprint. So tell me what you think about Paysafe. Drop me a line in the comments. Be sure to leave a like on this video before leaving. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.